Buffalo Latino Lens, sponsored by Start With Sleep the Doze, Neighborhood Health Center, the Hispanic Women's League, and the Buffalo Latino Village. In this episode of Buffalo Latino Lens, we pay a visit to El Batey to learn about Bomba music, and we have a conversation with Santiago Masferrer of El Buen Amigo. Born over 400 years ago from the spirit and resilience of enslaved Africans in Puerto Rico, Bomba is more than music. It's a conversation between dancer and drum. Today, El Batey keeps that rhythm alive, right here in Riverside.
I became part of El Batey probably 7 years now. I got connected with Beatriz when she was at her original center on the west side, and I actually at my job had her coming in to be a part of our after school program because I was working at a bilingual school and we were trying to find ways in which the students could connect to their culture, and we had a lot of students at the time also coming from Maria, and they were missing home. And so this was a way to bring things from back home in the island to here and give that connection and just give that spirit. It's important, that the students be connected to their culture and to the island, because without it, they start to lose their identity, since we're not in history books in class, we're not in the curriculum that the students learn on a daily basis in the schools. So programs like this are vital in order for them to know their own identity and be able to develop as adults who actually really know who they are. It's important to tell our history through Bomba. Like most, indigenous cultures, a lot of what is started in our culture is all verbal and passed down verbally. And so Bomba, being the oldest form of music of Puerto Rico, it's over 400 years old. Within the music is our history. Within the music are the stories of our ancestors and our people. And to hold that weight is severely important. Even more for the youth who are here, because you don't have that connection where you can just go and see, El Yunque. You can't just go and see the forts and the history in the streets. So we have to make it a point to still tell the stories and to sing the songs to feel that connection. Without knowing the history of Bomba, you really don't know the history of Puerto Rico and who we are as a culture. It's so essential to it because I always say we come from three. We are indigenous, we are African, and we are Spaniard. And, all of us each have different amounts of all of that in us, but the contributions each had are very important and very vital, especially the African side. There is such, I always like to feel like a movement to embrace what is Afro-Latino and to really have that connection. And I think also it becomes very essential here because we aren't just in Puerto Rico and there's other communities here. So it allows us to connect with other cultures here and kind of create a bigger community when we're lacking part of ours.
So my mom used to be part of the original Bomba group that Beatriz started back at her old building. And, we left for a little while due to some circumstances. And then we came back and, this was around 3 years ago. And Beatriz came to me. She was like, oh, I want you to learn how to sing and dance and stuff. And, I had no idea what I was doing. I started with her back. And you know, the environment was just so, like, at first it was overwhelming because I had nothing to do with my Puerto Rican culture. I always thought that, you know, I was an outcast from it. I never knew what bomba really meant. So when I started learning how to sing the songs and dancing, and over time I started to really enjoy it, and I started to find myself through bomba. That's why I love this organization so much, because they really stay true to their roots. They're resilient, and they really connect with our ancestors. And right now in times, that's what we really need the most. And, you know, through singing and dancing, it just taught me how to love myself while honoring my culture. You know, when I'm here, you know, not only is it hot, but, you know, there's a bunch of plants, and, you know, you can just feel the aroma of Puerto Rico itself. And, you know, when you see the drums and stuff, you really feel like you are in a Batey in Puerto Rico. And I've danced in a Batey in Puerto Rico, and, you know, it's a once-in-a-lifetime event. It's always going to be different every single time. So being at El Batey reminds me of it, because, you know, when I'm here, I'm with people that love me. When I'm here, I'm with my people, and I'm learning about my ancestry through El Batey and Beatriz. And when I'm in Puerto Rico, it's a learning experience, and that's why I'm here. I'm learning, I'm dancing, I'm singing, and not only I'm honoring my ancestors, so that's how it keeps me very close to the island. In a time like now, I feel like Puerto Ricans are separated, and, you know, we don't have the hotness that Puerto Rico has. We don't have, like, the traditional stuff that the Puerto Ricans have, you know. And it's hard to really stay connected, especially when you're so far away from your homeland. So it's really important to stay true to yourself, because there's always people coming around trying to change who you are, trying to take your culture and mix it up into their own. And, you know, especially because I'm younger, I really want to stay connected and honor my ancestors, especially because I know that they're watching down on me and they're proud of me for believing in myself. So it's really important to stay connected. It's really important to honor, because right now in times like this, sometimes it's all we have.
I've been playing for almost all my life. How I started, my parents actually got me into it, especially my dad. He brought me around when he went out, and whenever he went out, these were around, the panderos were around, and I liked it since a little kid. I got pictures of me playing this drum. The drum is bigger than me, and I'm playing it. Playing keeps me connected. It honestly connects me to my roots, because this is something that I've been around my whole life. It's something that's natural to me. You know, it's something that I see in every corner. So, like, they can never take this from me. One of my favorite memories is flying out to Puerto Rico to play drums. It was very connecting for all of us, because we went as a big group. It was like a community thing. It was an event. We were performing with the diaspora group from the US, that they're all from the island, but we're all connected because we live outside of the island. So we formed a group and we went over there and we performed.
How well you sleep impacts how you show up in the world each day. My mission is to change the conversation about the way we view and prioritize sleep. Through my companies, Start With Sleep, I educate communities, workplaces, and schools. Through the Doze, we provide a line of sleep-enhancing products to help you sleep better and deeper. And through the Doze podcast, we offer you actionable tips to put the science of sleep into action. Are you ready to show up at your best?
When I come in here, if I've got a list of questions, they take the time to listen to those questions. We talk about them, they answer them for me.
Para mí es como un clic que haya entre el médico, el paciente, y más si es del mismo idioma que uno.
We've proven that if you come to our health center that your health's going to be better than if you go to many other places.
I believe we provide the best type of healthcare there is.
This segment of Buffalo Latino Lens is sponsored by the Hispanic Women's League. Join them for their 46th annual Scholarship and Community Awards brunch at Classics 5, 2425 Niagara Falls Boulevard.
Soy Santiago Masferrer. I came into Buffalo, New York in April 28, 1977, after stay 22 months in concentration camp and 6 months in solitary confinement. That was a gift. It was tough experience, but at the same time I take the good thing, the positive experience. Be prisoner with so many men, a few younger than me, a few older than me. When I go to prison, I am 34-year-old, 2 little children. Lorena was 5 years, and Maria was 2.5 years. My wife suffered a lot, and my 2 children. After I leave prison, I start a community recycling program. What the Catholic priest of my parish in Carrascal, poor area of Santiago, and we start recycling. Pinochet, under the direction of the Chicago boys, pay a minimum salary of $27 per month, 1977. Through the recycled garbage, we pay $32 per month. And we recycle everything, everything. The sad situation, we planning start doing more better material with the recycling, but the secret police go where working my wife and start the harassment. That forcing me, my wife, take the strong decision to leave our country. And we decide to come here and start like any immigrant. Very low salary, very low level of. I am a janitor, Miller Fillmore Hospital. I work in 3 to 7 for 4 years. And when I go to UV in that time to obtain my bachelor degree, when coming the time to do the master, I change the hour. I'm working 7 to 3. And learning history about Caribbean, and was unique experience. Then I obtained a job. After the 7 years, I obtained a job as a carpentry teacher in Attica Correctional Facility. I refused to wear my alarm beeper because one key word, remove the dangerous situation. I respect the inmate and the inmate respect me. Simply like that. The union of the teacher no like my decision, the union of the correctional officer too, but I'm not attached to a device to so-called protect me. No. The key word is respect. And working 7 years in Attica, Mario Como have a problem with the budget. 7,000 employees of New York State lose the job. In between, I go there. I teach 1 year in McKinley High School. Very proud, but I pray every day to return to Attica because the administration is behind you. In McKinley, you are alone. After that, they return, they give me back the job in Orleans Correctional. I lose 2 grades. Grade 14 go down to grade 12. But there I work in 14 years. Very proud because I help 100 men. And I say these men need a good program, not the Mickey Mouse program provided by the central office in Albany. And I create a very good program. 2 or 3 superintendents give me the freedom to create a good program. Well, coming the time to retire, and I'm so proud of that experience because New York State have a recidivist rate between 60 and 70%. They may take my program go down to 11.4. I have proved that. And retired when I entered in 65 years of age and 20 years of service. And here I coming back to El Buen Amigo, working and as a volunteer all the time, no receive salary. And we made this beautiful store with the richness of the Latin American countries. Craft people in Latin country is not well-to-do people, it's not middle-class people, it's not rich people, it's poor people. Make sweater, make blanket, scarf, glove, painting, jewelry, carving wood, carving stone. And here at Buen Amigo sustained that for 48 years. I remember Father David Gallivan, a very good Christian man. He asked me when I come here, in what way I can help. I say, Father, we need to solve craft. He looked at me, what mean? I say craft. Craft made by widow of political disappear in Chile. Craft made by political prisoners. I'm very, very proud help that people. And we continue help, not just craft people from Chile. We add in Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, many countries. We bring our heritage.
When I come in here, if I've got a list of questions, they take the time to listen to those questions. We talk about them, they answer them for me.
Para mí es como un clic que haya entre el médico, el paciente, y más si es del mismo idioma que uno.
We've proven that if you come to our health center that your health's going to be better than if you go to many other places.
I believe we provide the best type of healthcare there is.
How well you sleep impacts how you show up in the world each day. My mission is to change the conversation about the way we view and prioritize sleep. Through my companies, Start With Sleep, I educate communities, workplaces, and schools. Through the Dose, we provide a line of sleep-enhancing products to help you sleep better and deeper. And through the Dose podcast, we offer you actionable tips to put the science of sleep into action. Are you ready to show up at your best?
In this location, we, from 1989, 35 years. Yeah, it's before we have just craft. We selling craft in many different churches, Catholic churches, Protestant churches, and many people accept the mission we do, a Christian mission. And see, we call brothers and sisters, and we don't do the deed. We talking the talking. And many people preach, but they not practice. See, we no practice, we no call Christian. We no call Jewish, we no call Muslim. Because the three religions is about values, it's about principle. It's not about kill people. It's not about oppress people. No, it's too much. But the evolving, when you have a space in this location in Allentown, you need to use that space. And we create an art gallery. The first artist was a Peruvian artist, a young man, beautiful thing. Of course, after that coming music. After that coming poetry reading. After that coming exhibition and presentation, cooking class, dancing class, and many another venues. We create programs for field trip for middle, high school, and college students. We create internship for students in different universities now. And we are very proud. We are poor. We don't need to assume we are rich. No, we are poor. But what sustains us, the sacrifice of my wife and myself to sustain this mission, this ministry, and this, the spirit to help people need a hands. And El Buen Amigo tried to do that. Many people don't understand. I remember one guy told me, oh, you are the infamous person of Buffalo. He don't have idea. He don't recognize a brother because the political vision is European vision. No, I forgive that guy, a young man, represent this neighborhood, poor man. He don't understand what means Christian. Coming the political things first, wrong. I try to follow the Bible, simple like that. I don't need to be involved in political party. No, I don't need that. I approach, I want to say here, just one young man from the city hall, Mr. Golomber. So far, the only guy come here and buy craft. And the only guy helped me and obtain $25,000 in 2018 to do the mural. That is a big, big project. A mural about human rights abuse. A mural dedicated to show in the way we kill our mother planet and show the abuse of our humans. Human issues, protection natural resource, and human rights. That is the issues we planning doing the mural. We need help, not thinking about money, we need idea. Okay, we need to show the reality of our continent. The mural embraces from Alaska to Tierra del Fuego, all the culture, black, white, and Latin American people. Show the reality. Not the everything flower, everything is fine. No, show reality in order to the people. Not forget of Tulsa. Not forget the genocide. Not forget the abuse. All the richness we see in this country, the poor people pay a hefty price. And many of them pay with their own life. I don't have fear. In my age, 84, what? No. Many people don't like me. But I try to follow the master, Jesus. And I'm here. No fear. why I not approach too much to politician. I don't want to, it's an expression here, kiss ass. I don't like to kiss ass. I have my own dignity, I have my own values. If they not recognize that, forget about it. Because I am a human being, I respect myself. I sacrifice myself. See, they don't recognize that and give money to people without value, it's okay. Because they give huge amount of money and no result yet. We, without money, on my own hands, we create and we share. And I want to be very honest, very sincere. What I say before, coming from my heart. I know the time we're running here. Remember my time, Somoza en Nicaragua, Batista en Cuba, Castro en Cuba, the abuse of the dictatorship en Venezuela, en Colombia, en Brasil, en Uruguay, en Argentina, en Peru. And we see the beginning of that here in this country. And said the people not standing up for what we believe, we can lose this country. Money is important. Control is important. Power is important. But if you don't control that under more high value, you will lose everything.
How well you sleep impacts how you show up in the world each day. My mission is to change the conversation about the way we view and prioritize sleep. Through my companies, Start With Sleep, I educate communities, workplaces, and schools. Through the Doze, we provide a line of sleep-enhancing products to help you sleep better and deeper. And through the Doze podcast, we offer you actionable tips to put the science of sleep into action. Are you ready to show up at your best?
When I come in here, if I've got a list of questions, they take the time to listen to those questions. We talk about them. They answer them for me.
Para mí es como un clic que haya entre el médico, el paciente, y más si es del mismo idioma que uno.
We've proven that if you come to our health center that your health's going to be better than if you go to many other places.
I believe we provide the best type of healthcare there is.
This segment of Buffalo Latino Lens is sponsored by Neighborhood Health Center, healthcare that welcomes you.
So many things to tell you. For example, one year, I'm not here. One guy is stealing a sweater. And 1 year after, the guy returned. And now in the store was another volunteer. Put $50 in the counter. The volunteer said, "What is that?" He told, "Very honest man, last year I stealing a sweater without know your mission here. When I know what you do, you are a volunteer organization, you don't receive salary, and you send the money back. My conscience lending something, and he returned with the $50. That was one thing, very good. But we have hundreds of different experience, so positive. We have a Spanish class, many professional people, doctor, PhD, professor from college and university, lawyers, social worker, police, correctional officer, so many different professions. And we share our language and we share our culture. We are not Hispanic, we are Latino organization. We recognize the root of our culture. Latin American people was all the values, so deep and very respectful values. The European people and the African people. The three races made Latino people. and we recognize that culture. I coming from very poor area, coming from very poor neighborhood, very poor family. Impossible to forget that. And I see the sacrifice of women, sacrifice of father, working people to educate the children. And I see in my own parents, we are mixed race, Mapuche people with European people. And we recognize in Chile in that time, 1810, was over 12,000 slave people. When coming the independence, Bernardo O'Higgins, the president of Chile in that time, was different title, okay? They decide by a decree, no more slave in Chile. We are Chilean citizens. And he sent the army to liberate all the slave people. Almost disappeared that people. Why? Because they married with Chilean women. After the fifth generation, the race almost disappeared. We have a few black people there, but not the same quantity of 200 years ago. And Latino means values, the Latin American values. Si you respect your neighbor, you have peace. Thank you, Rocco, for allowing me to speak to your camera, to your program. What is very important. You know, we decide in our small nonprofit organization a permanent gallery of real heroes, peacemakers, people working for justice, people working for human rights, people struggle for protection our mother planet. And many of them, they passed away long time ago. Black women, black men struggling and fight in this country for respect the life of black slave people. What they do in Tulsa is no way to forget. What they do lynching human being for being just black, no way. When they choose have children according to the size of the body, like animals, no way. We need to respect that people because they really fight for human rights, fight for what is proper. Now, we ask to the community, we need more heroes, peacemakers in our midst, in our community, and we have here. And behind me, you see so important leaders, Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. People put the life in the line for us. They create a new venue, a new humanity. Heal people around, and they say, oh, heroes. No, very easy. Heroes with a machine gun go to a foreign countries and kill people. And what? What is the reason? Money, nothing more. No, no gentlemen, no ladies. We deserve better. We need to give money to our educator, to our social worker. People make our community more alive, more humans. And why we create this? We respect people from many cultures, from East and from West. And don't forget the light coming from the East. Not just the sun, the spiritual richness coming from the East. And we need to understand that because we depend. If we don't have a spiritual life, we don't have nothing. Monseñor Romero, Mandela, no, Eleanor Roosevelt, Monseñor Tutu, Ana Frank, Thomas Cole Carman, Stephen Biko, Mother Teresa, César Chávez, Cheque Anta Diop. Aquí está mi hermana, Rigoberta Menchú, Eduardo Galeano, Kingley Holgate, Amador Hampate, Gabriela Mistral, Ellen Keller, Katherine Johnson, Lima Grove, and many more, many more. Oh. Senior. And my wife say, you like that. You say to the media, I'm here. Say, Eugenia, no, I don't do that.
Buffalo Latino Lens, proudly sponsored by Start With Sleep the Does, Neighborhood Health Center, the Hispanic Women's League, and the Buffalo Latino Village.